One. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another round of First to Worst. I am your host, Dragon on your shirt, and here in the commentator booth we have Hoyt.
Hello.
All right, and today we're going to be running nitr0blitzen.
Heyo.
Hell yeah! All right, sweet deal. So with that being said, Nitro, when you're ready, go ahead and pop open your weapon case, and we'll get this show on the road.
Doja.
You do have 3 re-rolls, so if you don't like what you see, we can reload the scene.
Hell yeah!
Oh god.
Ooh, MRAD. You know,
Thank fuck for that.
I'm just saying, you can't spell MRAD without rad.
That's true. That's true, Dragon. Nitro, would you like to keep this roll or re-roll?
I can keep that. I'm decent with bolt actions in this game.
Okay.
Alrighty, well.
It does sound like you have a hot dog closing in on your position, so we should let you go pretty quick. Any last words?
Yeah. Watch him fucking kill me before I get out of the stop room.
And do you have any words for your audience before we send you off?
I'm gonna die really quickly, lads, so hope you weren't here for a long time.
Well, there you have it. All right, get going.
Good luck.
All right. Well,
Muted
I guess
and deafened.
Perfect. Man, that was point blank with that 338. That is squishy.
It makes a lot of chunks.
Turning these so-sigs into sloppy Joe meat.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I could go for a sloppy Joe.
Looks reluctant to jump down into the sewer here, and I understand. It's not a good place to be.
Yep. Just heading through the green corridor. Just that seems to be a popular one. It's really nice because you get to skip the point guards and keep your stealth bonus. I don't think
but it
patrols...
looks like he is
abandoning
the sewer route, coming up into library.
Different. Wait, this is library?
This is the library where you get the books from.
Where are the books at?
I don't know. I guess they couldn't make them out of concrete, so they're not here.
You mean we got a library without books?
It's a conceptual library. It has it smells like a library if you were to go in there.
It smells like a library. If you talk too loud, an ethereal so-sig will pop up and shush you.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It's a library.
All right, we're already at the map.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he just got he got a little turned around. That's all.
That's okay. You just have to pass the hot topic and the hot dog on a stick, and you'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dog topic.
Hot dog topic. I like that.
All right, we're reloading the mag as we wait for the Sentinel to stroll on by.
This is interesting. He is taking himself a more chill route, it looks like.
That's for sure. But I believe once he rounds this corner, we might have an iris shooting at him, which will put a little pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
No iris after this corner, and we're slowly following an iris. I wonder if he ducks into the penthouse to try and get around it. Nope. We are Splinter Cell style following this guard.
For a long ride right now. End a bloody day now.
It is taking its sweet time.
Interesting. Oh, that's what happened.
All right, he can finally duck into the approach, but he's gonna find a death laser there. Where
Hold
is
on
it?
a minute. We're having ourselves a little bit of a stream blunder. I can
Those
fix it
things?
though. Don't worry.
You know what? I'm going around.
We are hyper zoomed in on this
Yep.
action
Oh, you gotta be
here.
kidding me.
All right, we've got one sentinel, one guard, and one iris down the hallway, along
was
with
it?
the orb that he's gonna want to boop. How do we get past all of these obstacles? It looks like he's choosing to take on the lasers.
This is an
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, real close-up shot of that iris shot there. Now, moving on to the second one. A quick bolt, wreck another shot, and it's out. That 338 Lapua doing a lot of work. One-shotting those irises.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. I know everything is very zoomed in.
We are skipping shop number 1. Straight on to the orb. I like this, slowly cutting the pie.
There we go. Now we got it fixed a little bit.
Really closing the opportunity for anybody to shoot him. He's taken out one wave. He's going to have a second wave before these encryptions spawn in. Is he going to be ready for it? He didn't think he would make it past the first hold, but this is clean, careful gameplay here.
No.
Oh, that was a collateral. They were nice and lined up for him, and so are these encryptions. That's
There we
encryption
go. We
4
got
and
fixed.
5 out of the way. Going for a
That will do.
reload.
Perfect. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. There was a little bit of a issue on my end with the stream, but it looks like we got it fixed. Anyway, yep, looks
Gonna
like
have to run across this gap here. He's going for it. Does not get shot. Going for the melee.
ooh,
Final
got that
one-handed
single
shot.
shot. Nice, nice. Love to see that.
All right,
All right.
he's further than he thought.
Making it past the first hold.
Taking his trophy from a downed Sosig.
Could be worse, I guess.
Now, is he missing a tiny bit of health there, or was that the gun? No, he is full health.
I don't think he hasn't taken a hit yet, has he?
No, he's full health.
That is
He's one
interesting.
token down, I guess, because he skipped the shop entirely.
Restricted and restricted with the laser barrier.
Now, he did skip going into the lower entrance there because there is a laser barrier in
Ooh.
I
his
hate those
way.
things.
Yep, that
But
is
he's-
the one interesting thing about
Yeah, I'm out.
the lasers and vents is if you aren't careful, the lasers can reflect off of the vents, and
Yep,
some way
yep.
somehow hit you. It's something to be careful of. But
Oh, we are running into a tunnel fight
We
here
got-
in the vents.
shootout
Oh,
in the
you gotta be kidding
vents.
me.
Looks like
He
he's
saw
trying
Turbine,
to.
and I'm not sure if he is prepared to walk across Turbine, to be
At
honest.
least this isn't a hole, but
You know what? I think he's got it.
I will agree he looks a little bit newer to Institution. I wonder if he knows that falling down is not instant death. Because this is a room that is incredibly scary if you think it's going to kill you immediately.
You know, I am curious to ask that if he believes in fall damage. Does he believe in the fall damage into void, or is he a gravity denier?
Yeah, because even people with a lot of hours in institution, you only know that if you fall down there one of those times. And some people just assume that it's death
You know,
and never fall down.
I would love to see that during a run, though. I would love to see someone just kind of like have a
I swear,
mini heart
I
attack.
swear I was watching someone. I think it was just a solo mod in the Discord, where someone fell in Turbine and basically gave up until they realized that they spawned back on the platform ready to go, and then grabbed their weapons again and started fighting. They were like, oh no, not like this, as they fell.
Hey, you know what? Kudos to them for going that long without falling, though.
Alright, let's see what we got.
It is funny because to find out, you basically just have to let the thoughts win, right?
Did you
Like, you
did you
have
let
to.
the thoughts win, or was it completely by accident for you?
You know, no. uh,
Yeah, let's roll the dice.
during the institution closed
Ooh,
beta,
getting himself a Vector 45. Hell yeah, that is a nice roll. Getting the some drum magazines for that thing too. Honestly,
and we do have a knower here. He does know how to swap it into full auto, which is not something that everybody does. You have to do that manually. No, just pressing B.
mm-hmm. Yep, with that drum magazine and that thing rocking 45 ACP. That boy,
Yeah, that's
how
a
do you
nice get.
yeah, how do you feel about that? Like,
Now, with the stick mags, I'm not happy with the Vector. The barrel isn't very long, and the magazine does not last if it's on full auto. But with the drum mag, you at least have 1/4 of a second before it's empty. You know, you might get 2 bursts.
ooh, getting himself plus P Fummage for the 45 ACP for his Vector. That I haven't seen a lot of people roll like any of the special ammos for the handgun or
Yeah,
SMG rounds.
we see anything in 45 or 9mm as like an intermediate step that people are reluctant to invest in. But here I guess he's happy about that Vector, and he's right to be.
You know, we have seen some people main SMGs before. We had Folly maining the P90 and...
Yeah, now normally I would main a PDW because those bullets go a little bit faster. But you know, maybe you can make up for bullet speed with fire rate.
Yep. With the fire rate on that thing and the fact that it's shooting 45 ACP, that's wait, is he using burst? Or is he just really light on that trigger?
I saw him shoot a single bullet earlier out of the Vector, which is great trigger control. But I think he might be on burst, because I only heard 1 click when he adjusted it.
Vector's 2-round burst, isn't it?
Yeah, but since it shoots so fast, if it's a headshot, that's 2 headshots of 9mm. That's a head pop.
It's basically just watered down hyperburst from a G11.
Yeah, look at that go.
Hell yeah. Either way, he is in his second hold, and we're just waiting on the hardens, which should pop up about...
Oh, he's adjusting his gun.
Ooh. The Sosig's putting the pressure on, getting a few good shots on Nitro over here. He's got the first harden down, having to make a quick reload. Make that second. Third.
Got 2 more.
They must be around the corner there. Yeah, he does have it on
be on
burst.
the other side of the wall here.
Yep, there they are. There's the 4th. And the 5th, and that is it for the hardens. Look at that. Oh, there he goes. He's got it on full out.
Switch.
Alright.
Careful, he's learning. You know what
There's the third one.
You know what they say about knowing, right, Hoyt?
It's a good thing to do.
It's knowing is half the battle.
Ah, yeah.
Oh.
I've heard that before.
Totally.
Sun Tzu, right?
Yes, Sun Tzu. All right.
All right. Swarms are up.
All right. He's got. Ooh, working for the first one. All right. He's got the
Vector
first.
capable of doing this very quickly if
All right.
the mag
That's
lasts
two.
long enough.
All right. Ooh, trying to control the Sosig population, and that is it for the second hold. Look at that.
I liked popping around the corner, seeing the Sosigs, and then unclosing the gap and going back to the encryption. That was a good, smart move there.
Hell yeah, that was good stuff.
He is now twice as far as he thought he would get on his runs. So, big props to him.
Honestly, I can't wait to see how he handles Inclinator. I wonder how many times he's done Inclinator.
That's a great point.
If he can make it past Inclinator on a supposed first try, though, I will give him props. I will give him a big round of applause.
You know what? I will too. I'm getting my hands ready in anticipation.
We're just gonna sit here with our hands up, ready to clap.
Yeah.
Now, if we do it, chat has to do it too, right?
Yep. All right. So he went to the map. He's got a plan for how he's going to get to the Inclinator, I think. But if he gets lost on the way to Inclinator, he wouldn't be the first runner to just skip the shop entirely.
We've seen a few people. We've seen like what, one other person, maybe two other people skip the shop because they can't find it.
Yep. This place is a maze, and I don't think we should understate how difficult it is to make your way around and survive on this map.
Yeah, and people thought classic hallways was hard to get around.
Yeah, and you and I grew up on the classic hallways. We got to, nowadays this is the default map. People get thrown in the deep end when they try to learn this game.
Back in my day, we didn't have no big fancy schmancy map to run around. We had a small hallways that clearly reused assets and repeated textures.
Yeah. And all the rooms were tiny. And upstairs both ways.
Yeah, and we didn't have no padlocks. We didn't get to choose our weapon pools. You
had to spend money every time you wanted to look at a different gun pool.
Mm-hmm. What the store gave you is what you got. Boy, when you were playing Take and Hold back in the day, what had to be the worst? What had to be the worst the old shop used to give you?
Now the worst is when you would show up, you'd get a bolty out of the box, whatever, it's a bolty, but you wanted a pistol, that's fine. It's got a red dot, that's fine. You get to the first shop, bolt action at the shop. You get to the second shop, bolt action in the shop. You get to the third shop, it's still a bolt action. Bolt actions all day. And you go, okay, well, I can re-roll machine pistol. You get a machine pistol. And it's like, that's not... And it refused to give you what you wanted. Nowadays, it's so nice. You don't have to enter a 1v1 situation, and your opponent gets a semi-auto shotty on hold 2, and you are stuck with a bolt action. A Derringer. I know Derringers aren't in Ori's pool, but a revolver.
Guardian MMC putting it perfectly. Newer players now will not understand. the struggle of runs being RNG a lot of the time.
Now for the tournament setting, it is way more competitive.
Not here for a long time.
You can say that score running if you're
Ooh,
trying to grab boards.
where's his vector? Oh, it's up there.
Nice.
If you're trying to grab boards, it's a little frustrating sometimes. But for tournament play, things are so much better.
Yeah, it makes it more. It definitely makes it more competitive. On the flip side, it does take out some of the joy we see players get when they get that perfect roll.
All right, we have seen him. He is not pleased upon seeing what room this holds in, and we still have not visited a shop.
It sounds to me like he hasn't practiced on Seed 9 at all.
Nope, and it's gonna be rough. This is not a
You know what?
that is kind to people that have not practiced. And
Lady-
honestly, it's not even kind to people that have practiced on it.
No, it definitely isn't. This is going to be a rough one for him, but you know what? I'm going to choose to believe. I'm going to believe we have ourselves a sleeper player here.
You think he's faking it? You think he's trying to get us to bet against him, and then he's trying to hustle us?
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where once he actually starts feeling the pressure, he'll just unlock. Like the So-Sigs are going to surround him, and then he's going to go into like an avatar state
Ooh.
and just lock in.
Or not.
You know, your avatar is a
Well,
shirt.
like I said, fellas, I ain't gonna be here a long while, so
It is, with a dragon on it. It's
All right, he is already saying goodbye to us as he hits the orb.
all right.
He's taking the fight down to the So-Sigs.
Ooh, that's an interesting spot, honestly. He's got himself some really good cover there.
A very defensible spot, but it's not going to serve him very well when those encryptions appear, because he can see one of them.
Which, indeed, those encryptions are up, and he is getting...
Oh, shite.
He is struggling a little bit with the So-Sigs here. So-Sigs applying the pressure.
That works.
He's taking the top of Inclinator to get... Oh, he...
Oh, okay, thank God.
Oh, okay. Whew, I thought he
Taking a
dropped
second
his
to
gun
reload.
for a second.
Get his bearings.
Okay. He's tacking away at it. Tacking.
If he keeps this up, he'll stay alive.
Yep, and when it comes to Inclinator, survival is all that matters.
Yes, it is.
All right, he's laying it down on the So-Sigs. He's got some others coming up on those second stairs. You know, I
think he might be getting distracted by the So-Sigs here. If he keeps this pace up, he's not going to make it.
Yeah, that's the real challenge with taking hold, is having to juggle between the encryptions and the So-Sigs once the encryptions are up. Oh no! Oh no! Get out of the lane! Get out of the lane! No! Oh!
I hate that fucking room, man.
A classic way to go.
Oh!
I was in the center as well. Fuck's sake.
Getting flattened by the cube. The merciless cube.
So, Hoyt, when you saw him in that lane there, did you get some PTSD?
Some PTSD from my run where I got smashed in the exact same situation.
I thought I was in center at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the way that all the best players go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once again.
Taken down in his prime. Ooh, you hate to see it. All right.
Let's acknowledge here, Nitro. You got 3 times further than you thought you were going to get there.
Huh? I got 3 times further.
You said you were going to die in hold 1, and I'll point out that was hold 3.
I guess.
Yeah, that was honestly. I think if you you would have had a chance had you not gotten hit by that cinder block there. I think if you would
Yeah. I just panicked on that one because there's no cover. You're either at the very bottom and everyone comes down to you, or you're at the top and everything's too far away to hit. And that's
Yeah.
of course.
We have some questions in the chat here. Guardian wants to know, how many times have you been to Institution?
This is my third time ever.
Third.
Yeah.
And we liked your reaction getting into Inclinator Room. I think that's an honest, justified reaction to seeing
I
that
tried
room.
this once for practice. I died in the exact same on the exact same seat, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake, not again.
Yeah, yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, how many hours do you have in H3 or
Let me
Take
check
and
real quick.
Hold?
I have a lot more with it thanks to mods, but I have just shy of 200 hours.
Okay.
Right on.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Well, if you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
mind me saying, you were up until that, you were actually doing fairly good. You were keeping pace there in crossover as well as with the statics there in the first hold. So I really do believe had you not
got
had some
switched, yeah.
troubles in Inclinator, you definitely
Yeah.
would have made it for sure.
Now, how do you
I
feel
know,
about that
any
vector
series stuff
roll?
going with that inclinator, I can probably do. It's just that I hate the inclinator. Seriously. It's fun when you have infinite health or whatever, but like when you're actually playing it, it's like, God, I want to kill myself.
Now, how did you feel about getting that vector roll there?
I was expecting something like a Mac 10 or something like shitty, but it could be worse. I hate the fact that it's really hard to grip. Because like right here's where you think your hand would go, you can't. You have to go here, and if I move my hands too close together, it just starts doing this.
Are you not a fan of the bunny grip for controlling recoil?
Bunny grip.
If you hold your offhand right next to your primary hand, not holding the gun, yeah, it steadies the recoil as if you were.
Yeah, I didn't think about doing that instead of actually using the stock, but typically I view that as workable for some guns. Like I guess if you want to fucking move around with like a fucking sniper rifle, but otherwise, I probably should have been doing that honestly. I thought I could at least do something cool when I was about to fucking die there, but like I missed every fucking shot because it's an armored.
So the mag goes away fast on that vector.
Oh yeah. How bad did I do though? All things considered, I know I'm in the elimination tier, but like, how far down am I?
Let's see. That's a 333-200. Dragon, do you already have him in?
No, I didn't punch it in. I can do that real fast though.
This is a nitr0blitzen, right?
Yep.
Nitr0blitzen.
That's a
blitzing that nitro.
200. And if we...
I have several variants of my name that's a pun, including this one.
Hell yeah.
333-200 puts you in 66th place, 67th place.
Ouch.
Which is unfortunately out of the running.
Yeah, take it as much. Ah, damn it.
Well, either way, we do have one more question for you, and this comes from Guardian MMC, and he's asking the big one. He's asking why hot dogs?
Why hot dogs?
Sure.
Not sure what he means by that. It seems like why hot dogs, Lushes, and Hangman's like the game I have hours in, or
like why hot dogs? Just
why hot dogs?
Like,
I don't know. God decided to make a meat that was encased in another meat, and technically encased in another meat, and
yes,
it kind of works, I guess.
Well, I guess there you have it. Someone put meat in another meat and called it a day.
They do that a lot for stuff, surprisingly, honestly.
Turducken.
I could have just run like this for like the meme at this point.
Yes, sir. Well, I guess with that all being said, we have the score is in. The questions are answered. Is there anything you'd like to say to chat before we close this out?
Yeah, I fucked up. How's the other guy doing? Is he dead yet, or
other guy?
Oh, you're not in a one. You're not in a one.
Oh, I thought it was a 1v1 like earlier.
It's just you.
Oh, shit! That makes it even worse. Oh man,
I was entertained with my time here.
Yes, we definitely loved watching you do the thing. Well, I guess with that being said, the scores are in, questions are answered. We got our final words in. We are all ready to close this out. To everyone who's still watching, stay hydrated, keep practicing, and we will see you in the next First to Worst. You all take care.
Goodbye, everyone.